Welcome back to the Mass Effect within Andromeda Galaxy, and I just took the car. And there hasn't been much of updates because I've been off doing something stupid.
Kadara's water is dense with sulfide minerals, the oxidation of which produces toxic streams and lakes.
Never liked swimming much anyways.
That is fortunate. Even the Nomad's shields cannot withstand the water's corrosive properties. The presence of monoliths suggests a vault that might reduce the acidity. However, outlaws, pirates, and other unsavory exiles inhabit Kadara's hills. The further you travel from the mountain, the more dangerous it will become.
Good to know. Let's get out.
Shit, Sam. So, this place is a sulfur-ravished hellhole.
It'd be pretty if not for the burning water, and the exiles, and the smell.
And if the water burns, that means it's quite bad, and this place is nothing but a volcano-ravished hellhole, as in this something that if there could be a planet called to be Hell, well, it's this. It would be this one. Although, as I now did some thinking work about this genre of Mass Effect, or we say this Mass Effect, it's starting to feel like that this is less of a, not so much of a science, well, of course this does have science fiction in it, but this is much more about some kind of, yeah, it's a space western game.
Exiles could have rolled up and died, but look at what they've built, even out here.
Nice work.
Yep. And even scavenging means you can build this, even though this place is completely horrifying shithole, literally shithole. With roadkill, sulfur doesn't make things smell good. Or but say sulfur itself is actually quite, well, it ain't inert chemical sense, but
this technology is not registered to either of Kadara's factions, Pathfinder.
So there's some kind of new hostiles here. Outcasts. Yeah, meaning, yep, we're not being friendly here. Yep, when you have biotics in your group, it becomes quite much easier to just solve the matters not so peacefully. One more. And shut into the ass. But of course, as this planet is a sulfur-ravished hellhole, with lots of sulfides, I wouldn't expect any friendly locals in here, but either by inhabitants or by settlers. All kinds of handy stuff.
There's an outlaw weapon cache here, Pathfinder. I recommend scanning.
Right, where's the cache? Oh, over there.
It says here this weapon cache is headed for a specific camp. Sam?
With more information, I can determine the source of the transmissions.
And of course, within this, there's also all kinds of extra jobs you can do, or just to make this exploration more interesting, which is of course very reasonable way to design your game, especially if it's a space opera, or at least in this case, space western. Yeah, I count this game as a space western, as in there's just so many ideals and methods of westerns in this game that it's impossible not to find it. Oh, but it's impossible not to notice that this is a western. There's all kinds of, there's diplomacy, there's frontier cities, hostile outlaws, local scuffles, and of course exploring completely new places and having to survive yourself. Oh yeah, which means Mass Effect Andromeda is not so much of a science fiction. Of course, it does have the background of Mass Effect space opera, as in that we do have English-speaking weird-ass aliens with, in a sense, quite easily identifiable culturals, and of course some of them are very good-looking women. Of course, yeah, even in universe they are good-looking women, not just to a human audience, but to everybody, including the universe, Asavi, I mean. And woo! So fast that it couldn't actually load this place.
Must be how they power our port.
Well, that's going. Oh yeah, this is just that exploring part. A power station. Not so much fancy technology around here. Who the hell are you?
Assholes took everything but the rotor hub.
Trouble with scavengers?
Always. Who are you?
Pathfinder.
A Pathfinder with the initiative.
A Pathfinder? On Kadara? Holy shit.
You said you had a scavenger problem?
Right, yeah. Bastards come at night, pick the turbines clean of parts. Expensive and annoying.
Sloan doesn't provide security?
Too busy with the collective. I'm not asking for guards, I just want our parts back.
Well, I'll get them back.
Any idea where I could find these scavengers?
I've started putting trackers on the more valuable parts. Yard drive, generator, they've all been taken to the same nav point.
I'll check it out.
If the parasites put up a fight, don't feel bad about offing them.
I'm bloody certain they will put up a fight. As in that, in this place there's just so much.
Another attack?
You running security here?
What are we paying?
Trying. Krogan or not, I'm only one merc. This lot's crazy thinking they can run a wind farm in the Badlands.
Any advice for staying alive in the Badlands?
Get out of the Badlands.
That's in a sense quite good, and quite good and blunt Krogan way of thinking. And how to survive? Don't be here.
Why do you think there have been so many attacks?
All these fancy gizmos out in the open, they're begging to be stolen. We'll say though, it's damn suspicious those scavs keep hitting the place while I'm off shift. Like someone's telling them when to strike.
See you around.
Whatever.
Oh well, that's true. Of course. I wouldn't be I am not surprised to notice that Krogan have been.
Of oblivion.
That Krogan have actually made themselves quite good at home as mercenaries around here. Oh yeah, she's on drugs.
She was telling scavengers when to attack in exchange for credits to buy oblivion.
Alright, that's bad. But it's quite obvious.
Hey, that is sorry, Nyath. She's been selling your patrol schedules to the scavengers.
I knew it. Fucking junkie. Thanks for the heads up.
See you
Well,
around.
you should know.
Whatever.
I believe she was in a bad spot. Addictions are a horrifying thing. I would say they are a very unpleasant thing.
Then get more. Tell him to get his ass in gear.
Okay, what the hell are we doing?
Back off. I don't deal with Nexus scum.
That's a good way to get shot, Elora.
Did I ask for your opinion?
He's right.
Yeah, I'd listen to that guy.
You're all the same, aren't you? Sloan, the charlatan, the Nexus. All looking for a power trip. Sloan should have taken the Nexus out when she had the chance. She's weak.
I take it you're not an outcast then.
Got my own faction. When we take over, we'll do all the things the outcasts and collective didn't have the balls for.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. Better watch your back, Nexus.
Yep. Looks like there's some sort of a real craziness, as in the hey, Outlast ain't so fun as they seem to be running criminal rackets more or less, but and the Nexus, well, it has problems with bureaucracy and the fact that hey, the Outcasts are from Nexus, but if somebody wants to be even crazier, well, I don't know how crazy could that be. And of course, knowing the Get around here, I would say in this part of the galaxy at least in this galaxy, makes a bit of weird.
Well, well, you're not like the other scrubs around here.
What makes you say that?
Your gear, it's high quality, like the rest of you.
Well, enough
If
with
you've
the
got a
flattery.
point, make it.
All right. When the exiles came to Gadara, they hid caches of Nexus supplies all over the Badlands. Junk, mostly. Stale protein bars and rations. But among the shit are some serious weapons lifted straight from the armory.
And you know this. How?
I helped steal them. Problem is, those weapons are too good for the scum down here. And I can't sell weapons in Gadaraport without Sloan taking a cut. The cash nav point, though? You interested? It's yours for a fair price.
Well, yeah, you've got a deal, and
Lovely.
besides, if
Here's the nav
that
point. In the meantime, feel free to take a look at what I've
if the
already got
Turian
in
is about to
stock.
bullshit me, of course I could just go and just solve the stuff called yeah. Just got some excess crap to sell. Nothing really. Nothing really too. All right, what do you got for?
Welcome back.
Okay, what did you got? Oh, paint jobs. Actually, I got enough credits. Let's just buy all the. Yeah, just because, hey. Okay, it's got those. Oh yeah, and all kinds of fancy upgrade things too. Yeah, of course. It's really, of course, knowing that it's really strange that they would sell all kinds of stuff useful to me. But we also have okay, so you have Salarian here as well. Hey Dawn, that doesn't sound nice, guy.
How did you get in here?
I walked.
I use my legs.
Well, use them to walk back out. I'm busy.
I just want to ask a few questions.
Fine, but be quick about it.
What do you do here?
Do you?
I keep the turbine spinning. A small miracle considering all the scavengers trying to steal parts.
Does the wind farm power Kadara Port?
And everything else around here. Not that anyone sends their gratitude. They only contact us when something's broken.
Sloan doesn't give you a kickback?
Not enough. This is a dangerous job. I deserve hazard pay.
Well, that's
Thanks for your
actually quite insane. I mean,
Yeah. Let me get back to work.
oh yeah. Interesting thing to notice about Salarians is that, yeah, they do look. They are a bit of a weird-looking aliens. Of course, they are a bit of weird-looking aliens. But there's the fact that. Yeah, despite them well being weird-looking aliens and having a bizarre way of breeding, as in they lay eggs and unfertilized eggs become men, and of course, and the fertilized eggs become females, and of course, there's also the fact that they also well. What was that there? Oh yeah, that. The Grogan are that they. Alright. I don't want to fight against those big ugly things.
Look at Kadara Port up there. It's like the exiles are playing King of the Mountain.
I think you mean Queen of the Mountain.
Well, it doesn't matter. Things around here are less friendly than normal. And let me guess, did they fucking get in here? Nope, just raiders. But there's also some
Watch out!
dead. Yep. This planet is up just as unfriendly as every other. Oh yeah, that was the button. Use the pad. Oh, it looks like we're More of these remnant technologies. What is this actually functional thing? Oh, no, it doesn't look like much of a functional. It's just another of these weird as structures they may left in this place, but it's really wondering. Yeah, it does appear to be useful, and it actually even it appears useful, or at least benign enough that hey, you can just avoid it and not go near it, and it doesn't cause you any big impressive damages. But I'm still worried about, or will I say wary, that it still might be some sort of horrifying alien weapon just waiting that yeah, you're working around here, and let's just put all these things back and look at that. This thing is that thing you thought to be sun in there. Well, it ain't sun, it was just dormant remnant machine, which is about to now start a completely new and big interesting form of remnant of forming by destroying every other alien race which has possibly waken up in here, and of course knowing that they're also scary as look at, they would also have a deep raspy voice speaking, your time has now come, or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. What am I gonna say? Well, I would be.
Looks dirtier than the other holes around here. Good chance to restock supplies.
Yeah, there's all kinds of structures around here.
Dead for a while, judging by the smell.
I don't see signs of an attack.
Scanning the bodies could provide a clue.
Yeah, and if there was Angara on here, well, of course, knowing that this is a
Blackened stomach and ulceration consistent with poisoning by sulfuric acid.
oh
Most
damn.
likely from consuming Kadara's water without proper filtration.
The Angara have lived on Kadara longer than us. They'd know better than to drink unfiltered water.
I suggest we examine the town's water supply.
Quite the menu.
Oh, all kinds of bad things, and of course knowing that the Angara appear quite hardy themselves, it's probably would be something like there would be nobody living on this planet who wouldn't check their water first. Even if they were dying of thirst, they probably would still check the water, that they wouldn't just drink sulfuric acid water and die.
Someone has tampered with the filter. The Angara ingested only enough sulfuric acid to be lethal over time.
But not enough that they'd notice right away.
Sounds like good old-fashioned murder.
We should keep looking around. See if we can find more about who's responsible.
Oh yep, somebody wanted to murder them, but why? That wouldn't be Ket. That Ket would just come and kill them. Or raiders, they would also come in here. Unless of course there would be some sort of big bunch of hostile raiders willing to create a big and complicated attack scheme to silence yeah, settling. Doesn't look too nice. Maybe somebody wasn't so happy about it, and for some reason somebody then decided to go on, hey, let's wreck those guys' water filter and let them die. Not friendly. Not friendly at all, that kind of behavior. But let's see, is there anything else interesting stuff here to scan? Well, in any case, this game has shown itself to be quite similar to, at least in concept, the first Mass Effect game, as in that there's lots of exploration and chances to research and get accustomed with the places, and of course, and the fact that there's these big planets to explore makes that more what's the word? Oh yeah, it feels a bit of a throwback to the earliest Mass Effects. So of course this does not have as many planets as the first Mass Effect had, but this has much more variety in these planets and things to do in these planets, which means that instead of just few minutes of riding around in a planet and doing some sort of maybe fighting some big critter maybe once, then and then just leaving and not forget.
Filtration center. If they had this, why were they drinking poisoned water?
I could provide an analysis via the scanner Pathfinder.
Okay, let's what else stuff here is. Okay, not that. They had weird ass alien things. What else did they have? The pump system, but no underground leak followings anywhere. Really strange. And of course, in these conditions, just simple that tamper with the filter and they'll get horrifyingly killed by drink acid. Alright, that was there. There was that log. And I really dislike when it goes to into this kind of just just whatever weirdness is happening. Oh yeah, they got geysers here. Oh, that's kind of weirdness they did have. Oh yeah, they got hot springs in here. But I guess this is the end of this session. I'll see you next time, or when I get something really interesting done. See ya!